Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to Echo 4. Back at it again with Bad Batch. And this time we're doing not one, but two episodes. Episode 7, Battle Scars, and Episode 8, Reunion. So we're doing that so. This is your boy, Ken-san, and welcome to the channel again. And let's introduce the rest of the crew. So,
Hey, it's Drea.
Hey, what's hood with you? It's your boy, the Mad Prince.
I am Booty Monique.
And like I said before, we're doing a double feature today, so this will be interesting because these episodes finally, oh gosh, so good. I was dying. I was like, oh my, they're dragging this out too much. That's like, okay, if they don't punch something good out next episode, then I don't know. But they not only did they put out
pull
No
out.
more recording.
Like,
Yes.
no, we're
Yes.
done with Bad Batch.
well, I mean, I'm gonna finish the job, but it's just the excitement may not be there.
Oh,
But
you gonna stay and finish? I would have pulled out.
I would have pulled out too.
Yeah,
dang, y'all talking about me, and then y'all like.
pull out game.
Well, I gave strong over
We ain't claiming shit around here.
Ooh, and on Father's Day too? Nah.
Hilarious.
Bro.
But yeah, that being said, that my first impression of the episode, I enjoyed it. They finally proceeded with the story, and it's moving on at a great pace. What do you guys think?
For episode 7, I thought it was a good episode, but it definitely felt like we weren't done. So I was happy that they picked it up right at episode 8 because I was like, okay, that seems weird. But we get a special guest in episode 7. I was so excited because I love this character from Clone Wars. And then in episode 8, shit hit the fan, and it just felt like such like, oh, it was so exciting, and to see how they're reacting to each other, now that they're completely on different sides. I enjoyed both of those episodes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. I said it before. Record's too damn big for him not to be a problem, and sure enough, shit happens. Yeah, we see we see a couple throwbacks from Clone Wars in both episodes. I'm more angry about one of them, but
oh yeah,
yeah. So yeah, that shit was interesting. I mean, they had some fan service in this one, and after like what it's been 8 episodes, so it's like was like 3 for 8 in terms of actually good episodes. So it's
Damn.
yeah,
I'm mad you
keeping score.
counting them.
Hell yeah. Because
I'm not mad.
I'd have quit long before now. I'd have pulled out this bitch.
So are you gonna average it up at the end of the series? You're gonna be like,
we
yeah,
should.
we should
And give it a rating.
No, you know what? I'm already counting. Don't ask me to do averages. Like, shit.
dang.
I could do it.
I'm gonna ask at the end anyway.
I'll do that.
I mean,
That's like doing
too.
baseball stats. I'm down
I
with
mean,
that.
I can do it too. Doesn't mean I want to, but like, I'm just gonna. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see. It is what it is. We'll see what happens.
We can have our own ratings, something like that.
Boy, it's a hard C right now. It's a C minus. I swear to God.
Hey, C's get degrees.
Thought C minus didn't count.
I wouldn't know. I never.
Not in college.
Not if it isn't your major. Shit. Because trust me, I did Japanese 1, Joe. I got that D out of pity.
Like you tried, baby. You tried.
I know I could speak the shit. I just couldn't write. I couldn't read or write Japanese worth of damn. We had a whole because like me and my teacher had a whole conversation. And like in Japanese, she was like, okay, so you know how to speak this shit. What happened? I'm like, bro, this Hiragana katakana kicking my ass, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Man.
Bro.
Your teacher's like, my baby
It'd be
illiterate.
one little change. It'd be one little change. It's a whole different word,
Right.
whole different meaning, whole different multiple meanings.
Yeah, because the first test we had, Joe, it was in Romaji, and like I aced the shit out that test, and she was like, "Okay, you good." After that, it was all
Downhill.
It was all rocking and Katakana. Couldn't do it. That shit. That's why I got that D out of pity. It's like I know you know the shit. You just illiterate as fuck when it comes to Japanese. That's no fault of your own. I'm gonna let you slide.
Yeah, now you don't throw
I
you.
still got that credit for it though, so it is what it is.
Because
Back to the bag batch.
Yeah, back to the bag
Riding
batch.
in your damn D. Throw some D's on every report card. Anywho, I actually enjoyed watching it as a double feature because it has been dragging out for so long. I wasn't anticipating the whole record issue to be so soon because we had 16 episodes. I thought it was gonna be towards the end and everybody get fucked over, like I hope, because I like drama and I like my feelings hurt. But they nipped that in the bud, so it looked like we all might be taking a double shot at the end. Cause Brittany, like, they ain't gonna kill him.
I told you.
If he don't die, I gotta take a shot. That's all that was. I was taking
Remember
shot
that,
anyway.
No. No.
But yes, I appreciate that it picked up. It took a while.
Yeah, it was, we were all like waiting. So come on now, but finally here. So yeah, as you mentioned, record, we saw it coming. They kept dropping just about every episode. He gets his head hit one way or another, and then it hurts worse and worse. Like, all right, there's only so many times, and lo and behold, bam, one time. Then yeah, he just
That boy worse than football quarterbacks, Joe.
Man,
right. Like, where's the concussion protocol from the
B
Republic?
B60 and drifting in the darkness and shit, just fucked up in the head, bro. That's damn.
So
I'm
yeah,
like, bro.
he switches.
Stop charging head first. Why?
Well,
Why?
he's
It makes sense.
definitely all
don't
bronze.
charge
He's hard.
head first.
He yeah.
No, maybe shoulder.
He's
Try
not the
shoulder.
smart one.
Yeah, shoulder rush would be better. Motherfucker.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Never mind.
He's hard headed in more ways than one.
Clearly, he's not hard headed. That's how
Right.
we got here. He's not that hard headed. Damn.
Well,
the worst part, he's more effective when the inhibitor chip clicked in. It's like, damn, you a one-man
Yes.
army. You wiped
Yes.
the floor, your whole
Bro,
squad.
he
And the
went
other time, you
record
hitting
gonna
shit.
wreck. Yeah, he was so fierce. He took them all out basically. The fact that he was it Echo. He threw Echo into
At Rex.
Yeah, and Rex like knocked him out in the air.
It's like, damn.
And he took. I was like, damn, that's Rex is gonna wreck. But yeah, we see Rex switching over, and then they go through that whole phase, and they manage to stop him and get the chips removed. So, with them removing the chips, do you think now that they are completely free of all control, do you think maybe there'll be something else that could affect them? Because since they are kind of like abnormal, I feel like maybe there'll be something else that could be effective that the Kaminoans will probably try to do, because they still need to retrieve them. At least they want to retrieve Omega, which we already know she has some other type of abilities. So on top of the inhibitor chip and their abnormalities from growth, do you think there's anything else that the Bad Batch may have that the Kaminoans could use in their plot? Because we see some of that too.
Oh no, bro. Unless they got hidden clones that they ain't never told anybody about. So that's the question: what makes Omega so damn special? If they're going out on the limb for this shit, bro. Like, who did they hire? Did they hire a bunch of fucking?
And like, whoever gets it first.
Oh yeah, because we depending on like how the rest of what happens from episode 8 plays out, then we could see like if who's who all they hiring, because like they got some money apparently. But
well, the Republic did have to pay them.
True.
We move units out this bitch, and you pay that shit.
Oh, yeah, there was that one scene. I would like to talk about the scene before record. Was Was it before or after Record Switch? No, no, it was before when he was attacked by the creature in the water, and it happened to be Sarlacc. Y'all notice that?
Sorry.
Oh yeah, that was a Sarlacc, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, y'all
kinda
say
know.
Sarlacc. I translated. It's a Kraken.
Yeah. So basically, yeah.
I only thought they were like in the sand. I didn't know they were like in the water. Too.
Yeah. They live in a lot different areas. Some of them could live in space, actually. They're and they live for a long time. They're not nice creatures.
Well, if Boba made it out, and definitely them niggas gonna get it out and get survive that shit. So it is what it is.
All right. So,
but back to your question, it's weird, and the human chip has been a problem, and it's just kind of weird that for them at least it's been rectified. It wasn't quick, but it wasn't like a long entangled issue. Just somebody had a headache and they just gave him an Excedrin until he finally popped.
But I would say that. Oh, go ahead, Jerry. Sorry.
So I'm like, I just find that weird that for them, oh, it's out now. You guys are in the clear. Go back on your mission.
That's like this little too happy-go-lucky.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah, I was just about to say the way they set it up, like this was going to be a major problem throughout the series, and for them to rectify it literally in one episode, it was like, okay, so we're good on that storyline. Like we're kind of done with that. So yeah, I thought the build-up was kind of definitely anticlimactic.
And they kind of really not done with it yet. I mean, because
besides,
it's just crosshairs.
That's probably going to be where the issue is crosshair. Because crosshair is a whole problem.
Yeah.
So,
but as far as the main group, that's not a problem anymore. So.
It's as if they're okay. It's as if we're back on square one. Nothing really changes. You guys are still unique. The inhibitor chips did not really work on you before. Now they're definitely not there, and they definitely won't work with you, but you still got your homie. It's nothing really changed in the grand scheme. Except Wrecker almost, 1-800 choke that hoe. That's it.
Yeah, that shit was kind of scary though.
It was. But it was short term. It was a short term issue.
Very short, yeah.
And then so with the removal of the chips, they solved their main mission was to get rid of the chips, but unbeknownst to them, they were being watched by the Scrapper Guild because they noticed that they're in there, and they reported them to the Empire towards the end of the episode. And once they got word of it, they dispatched their good old buddy Crosshair.
Okay, first of all, I'm sorry not to cut you off. I know you're mine. But we gotta clearly skip by the fact that Commander Rex was in this episode. Is that what we doing? Like we skipping past that?
Well, I kind of like, I don't know. For me, he was kind of like already part of the Bad Batch, like in a sense, because I mean we seen him before. Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know you eager to talk about that. So
Brittany out here fangirl like, oh my god, Ray!
I know. Oh my god,
you can
He's
get
like
it.
one of my favorite clones. Like I was excited to see him.
See how long we could dodge that before you're like, okay, hold up.
Yeah, we wasn't gonna get to episode 8 before I brought that up.
That's fine. I like how they put him in robes though, because we were guessing the last recording. Like we're looking at the outfit, but I like it had to be red, so that's the only easiest way to really tie him in that quickly.
Yeah.
Without being, we ran into you like we ran into everybody else in this damn series. Hey.
Yeah, I guess if it was gonna be Bale, that'll be if like they were planning on having this go maybe like 4 or 5 seasons or something to have like enough time to incorporate more storylines, like whatever Bale has been up to, feeding into the rebellion at this point, if that contributed to that part of it. Or I mean, there's still a chance it could show up later, but yeah.
You know what? Oh my bad.
Go ahead.
I'm about to say, not since we talked about Rex, Joe, I dead ass thought them sisters were on bullshit at the end of that episode. Since we talking about it, I'm like, damn, they ain't learned their lesson from Ahsoka, have they? And shit, nah. I'm like, okay. You good now.
I mean, you know, they have a reputation for continuing to work with people that kind of aren't that good or screw them over, or they just not the best jobs. So
Yeah.
mostly the older sister fault, but
Yeah.
Pretty much.
but yeah, Brittany's favorite clone Rex showed up, helped him out. I mean, it's basically like he's the one that took him to the told him to meet at Braca to help remove the chips. And yeah, what I did notice about Rex this whole time is that he did not once mention Ahsoka to them. Or
will they know her?
Yeah.
Well,
no.
I mean, I don't remember them
he's
meeting.
under
Well, when they-
Anakin,
No, they wouldn't.
and Anakin's pretty popular as a Padawan to Anakin. So
Yeah. Probably.
well, even I was saying on the trust factor, on the fact that the Hunter told Rex that we didn't know what's going on, and we couldn't save the master, but luckily we helped let the Padawan escape, help the Padawan escape. So it clearly shows that they already made a decision to help side with the Jedi in that versus the clones and everything. So
Ahsoka probably didn't say anything for the sake that it's the Empire, and like first of all, I mean that would defeat the purpose of them like pretending faking their death if he just went around blabbing and shit, like because
yeah, I'm about to say she was like,
because even Tech was like, yeah, Rex, they listed you as killed in action, and it's better that way. So he probably because Ahsoka, even though she left the Order, Joe, like by right, she is a Jedi.
Yeah, they would kill her,
and they would actively try to kill her if that news got out, or worse, if fucking Anakin found out, she's Vader at this point. And so because you saw how that confrontation went in fucking Rebels.
Yeah.
When he were on Malachor and that shit, that was you left me, bitch. Like just some fuck shit, Joe. But yeah, so no, like Ahsoka definitely has more reason to stay dead than Rex.
I'm not saying much as like just trying to hide that her altogether, but in the sense that he's helping them out, and I mean you can already kind of tell before like he has interest in them kind of like siding with him at some point. So with that, I mean at some point they'll have to know about Ahsoka, because especially if he's working with Ahsoka, they'll probably have to learn at some point. But
I do think. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just wonder if this kind of trial runs that Rex may be doing on the sidelines as well, to make sure that he could really trust them, along with making sure them chips are gone.
He was about to clip them quick.
Yeah, I guess
wait a minute.
He's
what?
like, yeah, because he's like,
I don't even know.
chips aren't
Maybe
there.
like that. I'll pop a cap.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Because like at the beginning, he was really like, oh, y'all too.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. That was a traumatic experience for Rex, because he was like, I am not trying to kill Ahsoka, and this thing is making me, do this. So I do think that Rex is probably like, I mean, I got the chips out, but I don't know where their alliance lie. And honestly, they don't even really know. They're kind of like they're trying to figure their way out, or figure their way in the galaxy of what they're supposed to be doing. They just want to keep Omega safe, and they haven't really like talked about, well, what are they going to do? Are they going to be on Rex side and fighting for against the Empire? Are they going to be in the Empire? They haven't even decided that. They've been on the run the whole time. So yeah, if I was Rex, I'd be like, y'all gotta figure y'all shit out before I even tell y'all. Yeah. So that's what I think it is.
And I think it's also kind of alluding that they will side with the Rex. It even echoes like, we're soldiers. What else is there? That's all we know. That's our identity. So I don't know at one point in the series where the Omega situation is clarified, rectified, she's safe, like Grogu, drop her off at a daycare center, and then they go off and do what they do.
Right.
I don't think Luke gonna be rolling up
Nah, he ain't taking her. He ain't even here yet.
No time soon.
He a
Luke is
baby.
Still a kid, right?
He's drooling.
Not even a kid, yo. Motherfuckers haven't
baby.
been potty trained at this point, bro, or refresher trained, however they, whatever they call a toilet in the Star Wars universe.
He
But
get all sand in his ear and stuff.
I hate the sand. Kill him now. Kill him now.
He never once complained about it.
I know, but I know.
It's like it's something that
He didn't like being on Tatooine, though.
No, he
hated
did.
that
He
shit.
did.
He did not like being on Tatooine.
No, he's definitely ready to dip. But I mean, it seemed like at least with him, he had an option too, because eventually. But
well, no, because Uncle Owen was on that scary bullshit.
No, next year.
I'll let him go next year, nigga. You say that every year.
But yeah, so Rex
Uncle Owen
out.
ain't complaining much anymore, so you know it is.
Yeah,
it is.
shut up.
He got too lit.
That boy bacon. Like.
The AC failed.
Oh, y'all are so mean.
Mild sauce, lemon pepper, fried high. All right, I'm good. I'm gonna stop.
But yeah, so
continuing.
Rex, he they seem like he did his vetting. They seem fine especially after taking the chips out. But as I mentioned, the Scrapper Guild got their location, reported Empire, and lead on to episode 8, Reunion, properly titled. It starts off with Wrecker teaching Omega some explosive training. I was like, oh, this is adorable. It's like, he's like, oh, gotta cut those wires, and then she's like, oh, she's just freaking out. And it's like, it's just nice to see like a little breakaway from the last episode, and it's showing that things are cleanly patched up from the last episode. Wrecker was wrecking, and they got the chips out, and now it shows things are fine, back to normal as far as like the team bonding that's going on with Omega and the rest of them.
I will say this as a teacher. That scene in particular, I was like, that is traumatic as fuck for Omega. That will go down in her memory. It's like, just like, oh my God, I'm about to kill us all, or kill me and Rex. Like, I was like,
She gonna learn today. She ain't gonna pull that cord no more.
Yeah, she'll know.
Girl,
She'll know what cord not to cut.
Record, why are you doing it this way? But yeah, it was a cute scene, minus the fact that she's probably traumatized. But yeah.
On that note,
is she though? It depends.
I'm just saying,
if they explore that shit. I mean, if a normal kid, but I mean,
trauma shows up differently for everybody, so we don't know. But most people probably would be traumatized by that, because you're thinking that you're about to die and your homie too.
Poor baby. Just the last episode, Rekka, I'm your friend. And then she's like, why did you do
this
that
whole
shit?
thing? This whole thing is traumatic as fuck. Record, her best friend, almost killed her.
Y'all pissing Will off because this is an accent.
No more rants about this in New Zealand.
I'm not. But like, just I bet that they're not gonna really address that.
No, they're doing too much bonding. They did bonding like in the beginning of that episode. They out getting popcorn and shit, chilling like a villain. Right. So it's really cute that she's gravitating to other people other than just Hunter.
Right.
Oh, on Father's Day, all this familiar bonding.
It was funny seeing that it looked like they was in a Chicago mix out there in space.
Bro,
I thought of that too, and I was like, wow, do I want some popcorn right now?
Right. Give me that cheddar and caramel, please.
Like, damn, Garrett's done made it to Star Wars.
Product placement.
Hey, us.
Right.
But yeah, after that training, I mean, it's not. You think it's that traumatic? I mean, how many firefights have she been in? I mean, that's not much. It's just a smoke bomb. He trained with worse.
He said, "I'm not crazy.
Right?
I ain't that crazy, baby." You gonna
right? Exactly.
Right?
Like, I'm kind of crazy, but not that crazy.
Mm-hmm. And then the next scene, we see this dude hugging a proton torpedo. literally the same type of weapon that blew up the Death Star. He like, come here, baby. Now, he had his Father's Day moment there.
She's like, what can I get one? He like, nah, baby, this for me.
That boy just different, bro.
You better go on with Tech and help him with that little thingy thing. This for me.
I mean, I feel like a big mood though. But so, yeah, I asked this.
No, he literally lobbed that fucking
All right,
that fucking torpedo at Buddy. Like,
yes.
just everybody got his ass crushed by it. That shit was funny. I ain't gonna lie.
That
I was
was
bugging laughing at that one. I had to pause it at that point. But yeah, the reason why is because Crosshair shows up with quite a formidable squad. Not only his own personal squad of stormtroopers, but like a pretty good sized garrison of clone troopers
Cannon
as well.
fodder.
Yeah, of what's it we call it, whiteys, like
we call them whiteys. That's what we call stormtroopers.
No.
Damn, that's new. Okay.
No, because in Clone Wars,
Got it first.
No, in
I go full.
in
No
Clone,
whiteys.
no,
Yeah, please explain.
In Clone Wars,
These
you know how,
goddamn whiteys.
it's not that it's similar term because the new clones, the fresh recruits, they have clean, fresh armor. So there was a term they called them. Remember?
Is it really the whiteys or the shinies?
No, shinies. I think it's shinies. Yeah.
See, how the hell you get whiteys and shinies? Lord, the day after
'Cause
Juneteenth.
the
Here we go.
armor-
I was just about to
the
say
armor-
Juneteenth is still
the
carrying
armor
on
is-
today.
The armor is white and shiny.
The
Gotcha.
shinies, baby.
It's like when you think of the armor and describing it, what's the key words? It's white and shiny.
Goddamn whiteys.
Put that on the Twitter.
That'll be a clip there.
Happy Juneteenth, y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
But yeah, Crosshair, they roll up and the proximity sensor happens to be working on the ship, so the Bad Batch should get a little forewarning, and the whole scene goes down of them tagging. And it was interesting. I liked how they got to the when they got into the artillery deck. That scene, just how like they became complete surround, just continued to like they had their one-on-one, not one-on-one, but their conversation again with Crosshair. So with that whole scene going down between them, has anybody got any thoughts on them trying to reason with Crosshair and then him continuing to like just be a good soldier following orders?
Crosshair's a savage. He said, "Aim for the kid."
Yeah, I
Fuck
know.
that
Said that. Damn.
I was like, honestly though, you should have aimed for Tech because Tech was the one doing some shit. I'm like, what the fuck he doing over there? And he ended up getting him out of that situation.
That's
Dumbass.
us.
You gonna aim for the kid, not the smart nigga? All right.
And then him knowing Tech, you feel like he would be like, no, Tech got something. Like, anyone.
But you know what?
If anybody
Everybody was slipping though.
Yo,
Everybody
Everybody was
on
slipping.
that squad needs to be shot over Omega. If like because like first of all, Wrecker, you need to blow that motherfucker up. Hunter and like that's the move, bro. Shoot the kid when everyone else is clearly even more of a problem. Like
Yeah,
I thought we were friends, Crosshair.
I told you, Crosshair.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault.
Like he inside, like I know, bitch, I know.
I can't
My
help
mind is
it.
telling me no, but my body.
no, let's not give that
Shoot
nigga
that
clout.
child.
Let's not give that nigga clout.
It's not going to him. He sold that shit. That's what happened when you are illiterate. Full circle. Learn to read and write, children. Learn to read and write.
In Japanese.
No, fuck y'all. Fuck both of y'all, bro.
No, you gotta add kanji in there.
Oh no,
I did not master no goddamn
Oh
kanji.
no,
No.
I was like, what? You're taking these symbols from a whole nother culture and integrating them. This is.
Y'all got 2 writing systems already. Y'all busting in shit now. What the fuck? Like,
Surprise! Borkina.
But yes, everybody was slipping. He
Mm.
was aiming for the kid, and they didn't think that he knows us. He knows how we roll. How you let him trick y'all? We talked about this, that he knows us. Crosshair knows us. We gonna get fucked over. We should watch out. How you let him trick y'all? How?
Well,
plot.
yeah. Well,
Y'all
maybe
did not know the assignment.
That's literally what it is.
actually, yeah, it is plot. That's why he told them to shoot the kid first, because he wants Tech to be alive for them to fall through that trap. Because what happened was they're like, okay, we're going, they're headed towards whatever deck. So no, they decided to go escape to the engine instead. So, but Crosshair predicted that, and but he probably didn't predict them to turn on the engine, which that was an amazing scene. Ooh, I was at my edge of my seat with that when Crosshair was like, I was like, oh shit.
Yes.
You sure he gonna be redeemable? He want to shoot kids. He want to burn people up. Dracarys, he like turn that shit on.
I already said I don't think
This-
this nigga's redeemed. He's not gonna
Damn.
be redeemed in this show.
So you putting him on Daenerys level?
He said,
Yeah.
I very much think that Crosshair is going to die at the end. Of this.
Yes, me too. And Wrecker will not.
Damn. So
Eh,
so you saying Hunter's gonna pull a Jon Snow?
that ain't his auntie, so go ahead.
Or is it gonna be Omega?
It would be more emotional if it was Hunter, because Omega met this nigga twice, Crosshair twice. So
You know, Omega, like, I don't want to hurt you.
and Hunter would get it done.
No, because it'd be interesting, because she's steadily going through this little training of like using that crossbow, and
Oh.
and sort of being like
that
the
didn't help.
Crosshair replacement
At the end.
But
I mean, she had a couple bodies.
She was
She called a couple bodies. I mean,
pew pew.
it's still Django's kid, more or less. So there you go.
But who's the other half? If
a Jedi.
Yeah,
If we're still going with this theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they go back to that scene where they came away the dead Jedi's body. Like he was like, it had to be that one. But who was that?
We might get it next week. She got acquired.
But I do think if they are going to introduce that she's part Jedi storyline, they need to do it now, because they need to give us some type of inclination. Move a rock, something. Because right now I ain't seen nothing Jedi about her.
Or just
besides having good intuition.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of being Jedi starts to branch off from having that good intuition or having that foresight. Or
I have good intuition.
I mean, but I'm just saying. Begs the question: how ain't shit the fucking Kaminoans are? Because them motherfuckers, I'm pretty sure the council did not know they were making a whole ass force sensitive clone. Like I don't think someone willingly donated material for that fucking science experiment. That's
oh, most definitely. They probably did do some extremely shady shit to get.
When you're sleeping,
right?
Got that toothbrush.
It was probably a budget that they fed off from the R&D department. Just to like.
What's the R&D?
Research and development.
Development. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I would say, yeah, they definitely kept Omega a secret from the Empire, or to the best of their abilities. I would say, I mean, obviously they know that's Omega, but I think by making the gender different, making the kid a lot of changes that is enough to where it's not a clone of too much significance. But they're definitely been hiding something special about Omega, and I think that force sensitivity is like a big one.
We'll see.
Better be by next week.
Right.
But what we did see in this episode is potentially some of the additional assistants that they did to hire on. Someone else from Clone Wars.
Fucking
Cad Bane.
And I like him a lot too.
Cad
fuck
Bane.
Cad Bane, Joe.
Why? Okay,
Fuck
why?
him. I just don't like that.
You just don't like him?
I don't like the mood that nigga brings up, bro. It's just like I don't like this nigga, Joe.
He's just a bounty hunter. That's literally all he like. They all act like that.
Here's the thing, bro. I'm all for bounty hunters with like a gunslinger aesthetic, but like Din Djarin did it better. That's me. I'm sorry.
I like cats, so.
It's basically like I feel like Cad Bane in Clone Wars. At first, he was kind of like the fill-in as Jango Fett during the show, especially the fact that he was kind of dual wielding as well, using his jet boots a lot, and like just bounty hunter that was working, just working for Dookie and others at first, but he kind of developed into more of his own character further on a little bit. And there is something from this, like from them bringing Cad into Bad Batch. Some of the deleted content storylines from Clone Wars from the season that was cut short when the Disney purchase happened was a storyline with a teenager Boba Fett in a shootout with Cad Bane. And that shows how one Cad Bane dies, and also how Boba Fett got the dent on his helmet. Because in a shootout is the shot from Cad Bane that put the dent on his helmet that you see, in full-grown Boba Fett. And I was like, with him bringing back in here, I wonder if they're going to potentially introduce Boba in the show, which I feel like they kind of have to.
How old will he be?
He'd be probably a teenager.
He'd be a teenager. Because he was already a much older child during the Clone Wars earlier on. Like when he was trying to kill Windu, he was like kind of like almost preteen.
And like you like 11, 12 maybe. Yeah. So yeah, he'd
probably hit that little growth spurt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was on one of. So with that potential, one, you guys think we will see they'll bring Bubba in this show? Maybe potentially the season, and then two, you think they could probably bring back that storyline of Cad and Bubba squaring off?
Fuck no. I don't think that's gonna happen in this show. I don't know about Boba Fett coming into the series. I just don't. I don't know. I don't
know how he'll fit.
Yeah,
is he gonna be another bounty hunter? Even though they already collected Omega, so that's kind of wrapped up. And he get his own show, so I don't know how much he needs to be dipped in here to sell his next edition. I know they'll try.
If there's an opportunity to try, they'll do it.
Yeah, I mean, Fennec is already
such a big character. I just feel like he will literally overshadow whatever episode he's in. I don't know. And we just saw him Mandalorian. I think it'd just be a lot of Boba Fett.
A lot of shoe in.
But then again,
that's what it would feel like, a shoe in.
Like we already know you got a show.
Or they can also establish that Boba Fett and Fennec knew each other long before when he found her ass in the desert.
Yeah, because they brought Fennec in here
early on and shit, right? So,
but wouldn't they like kind of address that in his show though? I feel like it would take away from the Bad Batch, like that storyline, that flashback or whatever conversation with that. I don't know.
The thing you have to understand is that when he be doing this shit, there's always some sort of lead in to something.
Yeah,
else.
I get that too.
So I mean, Bad Batch could like low key like do like a sneak sort of allusion to that eventual thing, because Book of Boba Fett comes out later this year. I mean, if they were gonna do like a sort of like they're gonna do some sort of like reference to
Mhm.
that, I mean, Bad Batch would be the place to do it
Yeah.
because they already introduced Fennec, and if they introduce a younger Boba Fett, then
Yeah, that's why like it's kind of feeding into because they're combining these storylines in a sense, but also you gotta remember Boba Fett is also a clone. In fact, the purest of all these clones, and the Kaminoans' main agenda is that they no longer have that source DNA. And but if they find out Boba Fett's alive and somehow evolve, and then they may have send Cad Bane after him instead.
oh, that would be hey, that would actually be fire. That would actually be kind of fire because Cad Bane could finally fucking die.
That's the only sunny side he sees.
Yes,
Whatever.
I said what I said. I mean that shit. Stay salty. Damn.
Always. All right, nigga, what's the next question?
Well, it was me from going on from there. I mean, that was the end of that episode.
Oh, that's
like,
it.
yeah. So,
That's it.
Okay, let's get into prediction.
Yeah.
Oh, prediction.
Prediction time.
Who else first?
Can I go first?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She said no. You gotta wait.
Go ahead, Brittany.
You know what? Actually, I don't want to go first. I don't have a thought yet.
What?
Okay.
It's just like,
Well, Omega got snatched, so I don't know if she's gonna go back to the Kaminoans, and then we probably see what's the deal with her. Hopefully, they just follow her immediate rather than the Bad Batch reaction that Omega's gone. Just hop right into there so we can finally see why we invested so much time in her. Because y'all just grabbed her because she was a clone. You didn't know her. It's not like they had a relationship prior to this. Like she was the little sister that greet them when they come back. It's just no. You're a complete stranger and you just grabbed her because she's a child. And you got, Fifi's feelings.
Yeah.
the field.
Make it worth our time. 9 episodes in.
And we just now diving into what makes Omega special.
Like this is halfway point. Some things need to be
Mhm.
answered.
Yeah, it's enough with the setup. So, okay. Well, I guess my prediction is kind of the same as Drea. I think we're gonna pick up with Omega, and I do think we're gonna cut into the reaction from Hunt or the Bad Batch to try to see what plan they're gonna come up with. I do think they're gonna need some help because that's. Go ahead.
You know what? They probably gonna get more intel from Sid once they give her that cute little present of everything they got. Because she already told them like this is Fennec, but she probably needs some more money to figure out who actually put that commission out. So then they'll realize we have to go back home and go pick up our baby from the daycare. Because they weren't authorized to pick her up.
Right. Yeah.
Without kidnapping.
Yeah, that's pretty much my predictions. Pretty much with Drea. They're gonna come up with a plan to get baby girl. And I do think that we're gonna finally see what makes Omega special.
Yeah,
I like her, so I do want her to come back.
Yeah, I think we gonna find that shit out probably the episode after next. I think this is gonna be like a pseudo filler episode where they just scrambling to do shit. I feel like they're gonna drag this shit out. I feel like the next episode is gonna be like it's gonna be like this fucking pseudo filler episode where they trying to figure out where Omega is, and maybe they'll hook back up with Rex again or whatnot though. But I don't think they're gonna probably locate where Omega is at the very tail end of the fucking episode, and then we have to wait another week for the shit to come out. So yeah, I don't think a whole lot's gonna get done with this next episode. Yeah, I mean, if the current trend proceeds, it's gonna be like a pseudo filler bullshit. So
well, we're gonna be watching Loki. We ain't watching it next week. I'll wait for 2 episodes.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm similar boat with Will. Like they started to get the ball back rolling with these last 2 episodes, but they were tied in together. Immediately followed up, and then they finished that big battle, and then now that Omega's captured. It'll be like a transition episode, I think.
Stop. Drop. Shut up. Yo, that shit, bro. They going like, bro, why? Why do y'all waste my time like this, bro? Y'all did this for what? 5 fucking episodes already, bro. Damn.
Ooh, question. What are you guys' prediction for the overarching plot? As in, do you think it's really going to end up being the Bad Batch versus the Kaminoans for Omega or somebody else? You think the Empire would get involved at all? Because we had 8 episodes. I'm like, they can drag it out, but no.
But no.
If anything, there's a good chance the Empire is gonna figure out what the Kaminoans did, because the Empire usually learns shit that's at the detriment of everybody else. And the fact that if Omega is really force sensitive, that's gonna be a prize for the Emperor, because that's his whole thing, finding a force sensitive clone in order to finding the means to make a force sensitive clone in order to extend his own sense of immortality. So yeah, I think the Kaminoan facility is gonna get destroyed by the end of this shit.
Oh yeah, that's like.
I mean, it's inevitable, but I feel like they're gonna tie that into like everything else that's going on, and whatever secrets that surround Omega is gonna get buried there. We'll learn about them first, though. But it's you can't. They're gonna keep the whole fucking mystique around that shit away from the Empire. So
that makes sense, because wasn't Grogu collected for the same purpose, essentially? And that's like so many years in between.
Yeah.
It really does make this a standalone series, but it's as if you kind of already can guess what's not going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah, I there was I don't know if I mentioned this before, but in Battlefront 2, the original Battlefront 2 that came like 07, 08, around like there. There was a single player storyline which included the transition from it followed the 501st Clone Troopers in Clone Wars and transitioned to Empire, and they were exclusively worked for Anakin/Vader. And after the switch to Empire, the Kaminoans revolted, and then they created their new batch of clones that were loyal to just them. So it was the Empire versus the Kaminoans. They invaded Kamino, and so it is this weird moment of you're playing as clones, but you're stormtroopers now, and you're attacking and killing clones in Kamino facility and taking those. So, yeah, and that was it was a pretty dark storyline. Especially the way they had what's the name voice acted as well, and I feel like they are taking elements of that into this storyline. So ultimately, it's like what Will said. The Empire are going to complete this transition of using recruitment troopers, because I feel like Kaminoans are ultimately going to revolt or have a new batch of clones or do something that the Empire's not going to like. And like, all right, it's time to go. And the Bad Batch may get caught up in that, maybe trying to save Omega if all this happens like in this season or something. And they may get caught up trying to help their clones or help their fellow clones, or it's just they may see it from that perspective. So,
okay.
But, yeah.
Well, I'm low-key excited. 2 weeks from now.
Exactly, right?
You gonna watch another combo? Back to back?
It was worthwhile that way.
Yeah, because they're less than half hour episodes. Like just.
Okay, yeah.
So. All right. So yeah, that's a good Battle Scars and Reunion, episodes 7 and 8 of The Bad Batch.
We're halfway through, y'all. We halfway through. Halfway through, y'all. It's low as fuck, but we gonna get through, or will we?
Will's like 3 out of 8.
That's real low.
Woo, baby.
The ratio is trash, bro.
We could figure out by the end that they should have kept this in the drafts.
Right.
Or
like
just,
this could have stayed in the scripts. You didn't have to green like this.
Y'all could have made this into a miniseries and that'd have been fun.
It would have been a nice
Mhm.
miniseries, nice and clean, to the point.
Yeah.
Even when Wrecker was going through his surgery, they're like, he might not wake up. And I'm like, why are we dragging this shit out?
Y'all really doing this voice, huh? Y'all really doing this
Right.
last
She's
fucking
way
hour,
better than
bro.
I am. But
hey, keep doing it. Keep doing it, Jay.
yes,
I
that's
got
the most
you.
entertaining part. Yes.
Fresh off the island. God
For
damn.
the next four recordings.
Yes.
Excellent.
Even that was dragged out like he wasn't going to make it. I'm like, baby,
We all
guys-
know.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I
Like,
might
what?
not make it. I might not make it. This time I might not make it.
Yeah, we'll see if any of them do make it by the end. Well, yeah.
Oh, fool.
Ooh, who's still voting for martyrdom? Who votes that they're all just not going to make it? Okay, anymore? Okay,
Mhm.
this too. Brittany is the most positive person in this goddamn roster.
Yes, because it's Disney.
Time to say goodbye to yesterday.
I'm sorry.
All right.
They barely kill characters. That's all I'm saying.
Shit.
Shit.
Barely. Except Rogue One
They
and
killed
Man,
Qui-Gon.
Rogue One was
They
dark as
killed
hell.
Qui-Gon, they killed Maul. They tried to kill Maul several times until they finally fucking did it. Obi-Wan let himself get killed. Anakin died.
First of all, that's
bro. Are you
pre-Disney,
kidding?
so
Yo,
I'm just saying.
Padme got
Disney.
choked out. Padme
Pre-
Why she was
Disney.
pregnant?
Why
Pre-Disney.
she was pregnant.
I'm like, you said
Pre-Disney.
fuck them kids. I mean, that
Again.
baby. You didn't know there was two, but damn.
Pre-Disney.
I
That's
bet
all
you
I'm
betrayed
saying.
I didn't know.
I bet you someone was like, damn,
Disney
I like
is
where
making
this
this
is going.
shit like it definitely can be darker,
Mhm.
but Disney is just so concerned about
Ooh,
making
they
it
so
accessible
political.
for everybody. Exactly.
No,
And I'm like, man, fuck that.
Niggas die on the regular in Star Wars.
No, I get you. I'm
Not
saying
main characters.
Main characters before Disney, yes, but after Disney bought it, barely.
Disney, like, that's
Barely.
not good marketing.
Exactly. We
Even
can't
Batman
just
wasn't
be-
chewing on the CUDA until like a couple days ago.
You
Heroes
so
don't do
silly.
that.
That's
We
the
don't
whole
kill
point.
Well,
Disney, like,
Well, that-
make it kid friendly for
Batman-
everything.
Well,
I hate that.
no, well,
Batman's been eating out the box. Let's be real.
We know. It's just the idea that there was a whole conversation about marketing. As in, we can't market that for the children.
We can't make it do. We can't make that do this shit, and that's why you fuck
We
with
can't
villains.
be killing these
That's
main
why you
characters
fuck
either.
with villains.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, a lot
That's
of-
what's so annoying.
a lot of them to kill them off in the comics instead.
Right?
Yeah, exactly. But when it's mainstream like this shit, Star Wars is mainstream as fuck at this point. So it's
It
gonna be real
is.
hard for them to kill characters off like that. But we'll see.
Well,
With-
in a heroic way.
Yeah, exactly. In a heroic way. I do think Crosshair gonna bite the dust, as he should.
All dark and brooding.
Mm-hmm. He sound evil. Like everybody be like, "Oh, okay, he can go."
I mean, he's talking about shoot the child.
Exactly. Try and kill kids and stuff. Everybody's like, they got rid of
He
him.
straight up Thanos her ass like, kill this bitch, kill
Yep.
her now.
Yep.
When he was getting his ass whooped, bro.
Black Air Force One, in
Right.
sir. You don't give a damn about shit today. You just want to get the quota. Even pop the cap in your own little classmate. He said, "You know the difference between you and I get shit done. Finish it."
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he don't
He
get.
got to go.
But yeah, I think we'll see. We'll see how it ends, or will we? Y'all talking about pulling out and everything. So
You right.
I've been talking about pulling out for like the last month.
I'm
bro.
literally
Here we
only
go.
doing it because Kim wants to finish it. But if y'all,
Right, bro.
Oh.
But damn, they gotta come correct with something, bro. Like
this is still our time. We must value.
they mad tardy with the plot, bro. That's real.
Mm-hmm.
They on color people
Mhm.
time.
I mean, technically, it's a summer show. Summer shows.
No, even colored people eventually show up. This shit is just
Nah,
I don't know
some
what
of
the
them
fuck
after a
this
while,
is.
I'm on my way and they still in the bed. And I'm
No,
like,
they like who all
"Bitch,
there?
you ain't coming."
I got a cousin that's like that. Yeah.
The plot is en route. Nigga, the plot is never en route here. The fuck is going on? Damn.
just get in the car. I'm around the
I guess
corner.
we can talk about that later, huh?
All right, y'all. Hope you guys enjoy this new double feature. We'll get you back again in a couple weeks with 2 more episodes. Until then, this is Echo 4 signing out. Deuces.
You'll see.
Bye.